They work, right?
Yo, all right, let's type
Hold on.
in.
All right, let me ask you a question.
What's
If
up?
this ain't work, what's this?
What is this?
Yeah, what's this?
This is a first reaction.
Okay.
This is night one, WWE Wrestlemania. Night one reaction, IAP. We doing this right after the show closed. And
Yeah.
SMH, man, I gotta shake my head. I'm shaking my head at the whole night. I'm gonna set it off. We got Kirk in the building.
Yeah.
We got Easy in the building. You already know. Smitty Coleone, aka the Don Dada, aka when King Tut talk. You already know. And
Y'all get it. When we get it, we good.
and this is It Ain't Personal. Quick reaction. We got the champion in the building, the director. Right? Yeah.
That shit look heavy.
Yeah, you hold it right, man. Don't you? You're struggling there. You're like you're struggling. You got it. All right, you got it. You got it. You see, we inclusive. We got the women's title over there.
Yeah, no, very. Very.
We got the eagle wings. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Only the greats got those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I gotta represent the female.
Yeah, ladies,
The
right?
ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. But night one, fellas.
You got it. The blue, you got it.
Yeah. Because see, they gonna be like, now you crip. See,
Yeah.
now you crip.
Tonight I am. Tonight
See, you not gonna beat the allegations.
Right.
Yo, Trev, you see this, right? Trev, you see this, right? All right.
On Thursday, I'll claim something else.
Okay. But anyway, let's get back to business, man. Night one of WrestleMania. I guess I'll set it off, man. I'm shaking my head at the whole night, man. It was a, for me personally, overall it was a lot of letdowns. A few good spots.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my I'll start with the good spots. To me, right now, off top, seeing Speed deliver in the beginning, seeing Jacob get his WrestleMania win, Seth returning, also seeing Breaker return, seeing Paige return. But outside of that, I felt like everything was just rushed. Everything was rushed. Everything was moving so fast, and I don't know. It was just, it's like 9:30. It's still bright outside. You can see the sun out at the top, and it's just like, yo, what is this?
It was the commercials.
Was it the commercials?
The commercials dragged it on, and there was like the matches, like were there, but the storylines behind the matches or behind the scenes wasn't there though. It's like corporate WWE, like it was a corporate WrestleMania.
Like, I know you a storyline guy. I know we're always in the chat talking about the storylines. You're always big on storylines, and what you felt like they fell short as far as the storylines.
Short in terms of storylines, like, and you just felt like it was like a corporate like WrestleMania. Like there was commercials in between. They had the matches. What was it? 5, 6? It wasn't even.
Yeah, it was
like
about 6, maybe
like,
6 matches.
One WrestleMania would have like 10, 12 matches.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's the whole purpose of night one, night two, kind of like splitting it down like that.
I understand like splitting it down. It's more so the storytelling in between.
Oh, make sure you speaking. Make sure you speaking into the mic, man.
The storytelling in between, and the atmosphere of WrestleMania that draws you in.
Okay,
I feel like that was lacking. Like it just felt too corporate. It was about celebrities. It was about like moments, and which is cool. WrestleMania, the moments is cool, but it was just like not done appropriately. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main thing.
I'm gonna go to one thing you say. I think they linked on a whole bunch of returning. This person return, that person return.
Yeah.
Like, like this shit, the Royal Rumble or something. You feel me? Like, we always look for the returns that win the Royal Rumble. I feel like, WrestleMania is about moments. And it was the only moment I really got is.
What was the moment?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There was no fucking moment. I before I get to finish my point, scaling 1 to 10, what you give WrestleMania tonight, night one?
Night one, for it to be WrestleMania, for it to be night one, it's supposed to set the tone. I'm giving it like a 6.5.
Okay.
I'll give it a strong 6.5.
All right.
But a 6.5. Yeah, I give it that.
Kurt.
Yeah, I feel like it's WrestleMania. So if it's WrestleMania, like I'm looking for like great matches. I'm looking for like matches that you didn't think were going to be the great matches, and they steal the show. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah,
No
who
one
stole the show?
that.
Nobody stole the show. That's a great point. Nobody stole the
No
show.
one they gave you.
I can tell you what the main event was.
Can I tell you what they've been given? They've
What?
been given what they've been given on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which was not much.
This is another Raw, right?
Another corporate WrestleMania Raw. Like,
Yeah.
this is my main thing.
Yeah.
It's just,
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what you give it? Give me a number.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
God damn, Kurt.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
God damn.
I'm just gonna have to
Shit.
be real. Like,
Oh shit.
What you give it?
If you saying oh shit to what he just said,
Yeah.
I
What
don't even
you
say nothing.
go ahead, man. What you saying?
The main event tonight.
No, overall.
I'ma tell you.
Overall, yeah.
No.
Overall. What's the number?
A 2.
A 2?
A 2. Because the main event tonight, the reason why it gets a 2, because my main event for the night ain't go the way I wanted it to go.
Come on, son. So that's a biased rating then. Come on,
All
son.
right, without that,
Without that, yes. All right, wait. First, go into your bias. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Was the main event. That was the best match of the night.
Okay.
And Braun Breaker came back.
Yeah.
And ruined my son. Seth don't lose at WrestleMania, son. Seth does not lose at WrestleMania.
Lost plenty of times.
Seth owns WrestleMania. Yo, hold on. Let me ask you a question. There's a lot of moments in WrestleMania. Does Seth have top 5 moment? Does Seth have a top 5 moment in WrestleMania?
I have to do my research on that. Like,
there's no research, bro. The
Does he
biggest
have the
heist.
top
What was the
5?
biggest heist? What was the biggest heist in the history?
You talking about his cash in? Yeah, his
His
cash in
cash
one of the
in,
biggest
yeah.
moments. Yeah,
That was
he
in
had his
WrestleMania?
moment. Yeah, he had his moment. That was
Okay.
his WrestleMania moment.
That's the moment. And then last year, Paul Heyman.
Right.
He has moments. My man had moments, bro.
I mean,
So it's only right he gives a
like-
moment for someone else.
He
So
gave
this
him a
is
moment,
Braun's
right?
moment
He gave it
to return. Yeah.
He
with a
gave it
3
to Braun.
count, that's what he gave.
So this is Braun's moment in that, and so let's just get into that match.
Yeah.
I view it as this is Braun's moment, his return, right? His spear, in the aisle, and this is also Gunther redeeming himself from getting choked out last year.
You're right, by Jay
Because
Uso.
remember, we had these talks with these OGs, with the higher, the higher class. We talking the Romans, the Seths, the Brocks, even like, John moving out, AJ moving out. It's time for these guys to start pulling up the younger talent. And this is what it is. Like, Seth, if he won tonight, it'd been like, okay, he's still Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
He's still Seth freaking Rollins. Like, him losing tonight doesn't take anything away from his legacy or who he is. It's really about bringing up the talent.
Made it to WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
Surprised.
We didn't even know if we were gonna get him. Yeah,
And the fact that he did it, and he gave a good match.
yeah,
You
he
know,
did.
so-
He did. I would say, and I'll give it to you. One thing why I gave it a 6.5 was because I feel like everyone did what everyone executed how they were supposed to execute for whatever it was. I didn't see any botches. I didn't really see any like slip ups, whether it was good or bad, whether it's what we needed or it was less than what we expected. Everyone, I guess, delivered what they were supposed to deliver. Now, whether that's on whether y'all got gripes with creative or how it was done, everybody showed up how they were supposed to show up, in my eyes. But I'll give it to you.
How I came up with my score.
Okay.
So I based my score based on WrestleMania in general, like how it's supposed to feel, the match quality, the moments. And I just felt like, as someone who's watched plenty of WrestleManias, it just didn't deliver for WrestleMania. It just, for me, as a long-term WWE fan, wrestling fan, it just was very corporate. It just didn't feel the same. So my score was based on that fact that it was a 4 WrestleMania for me.
What were some of your biggest issues with the night?
I don't think it was my issues. It was just the way the event made me feel. It came up short. maybe I just need to get adjusted to like it's no longer the WWE that we all came up with, grew up on. It's more like a corporate TKO, wrestling promotion.
Yeah, because you're a Vince guy, right? Let it be known.
Yeah, I'm a like WWE guy.
No,
So
no, 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 no.
You're a Vince guy. Let it be known.
Vince is a WWE. You can't
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
But say it. You're a Vince guy. Just say it.
I'm a Vince guy.
Okay.
Just say it, man. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
He like it was his style of telling wrestling, sports entertainment that we all came up on, and he's no longer part of the product, which is cool. A product has to grow. He's not gonna be there forever. So this is, maybe part of the growing pains of the WWE, just the identity of what it's gonna be. Right now, I just feel like it's too corporate, but they can maybe kind of balance the two. Like, you can be corporate, but just tell the stories. Don't take advantage of fans and not give them what they expect or what they've always had. And that's just storylines that are well told and that pay off. I didn't see any payoffs this WrestleMania. I don't even know what the hell who was leading up to certain things. Like, it was, Cody Rhodes and bringing in fucking the ESPN guy.
Yeah, McAfee. McAfee.
Yeah. Like, you didn't need that. Like, just tell some of the stories of wrestling from that fans would recognize and can cling on to, but it just kind of feels corporate. The audience was, you seen the audience.
Yeah, lackluster.
It wasn't the audiences of past WWE events.
That's my problem. That's my problem
Yeah.
with them going back to Vegas. I think they already knew in Vegas last year that the audience was moving like that. So why would you go back to Vegas? That's my only issue with them niggas going back to Vegas. Hearing what B said, that's why I really don't like listen to this nigga. And hearing what you said, I put it like this. Given the matches tonight, you're right, no botches. The matches were actually decent. I can't say that there was a bad match. You know what I mean? Where there's a rush match, I think the expectations really put us in a space where it's just like, I bet it's not what we wanted. But if you just go into the product that we actually watched, it was a very good product. It was a good product for what it was, but given what the moment is for, which is WrestleMania, that's what make it lackluster. Going back to the whole corporate shit, like, I get it, but at the same time, like, it's still up to the wrestlers to tell the storylines. And I don't care if you bring in a Pat McAfee. Like, y'all was supposed to tell that, they could have been a little bit more creative if you're gonna bring them in. Like, I just think it was just like the angles on who the players were. There was no like detailing into it. Everything was just kind of like, let's put it here. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I'm not gonna give it a 2 or a 3. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a solid 5.
Okay.
5 is where I stand with it. You get what I'm saying?
You taking back that 2, really? Well,
yeah, but like I said, I'm not afraid to say it's a flaw, so I ain't give a fuck about the rest of the night. You feel me? But when B talks about, like, I did watch WrestleMania, we all watched that shit, and I'm like, damn, like Jacob Fatu and Drew was decent, it was good. Paige coming back, that was good. Becky beat, that was good. The entrances, I like the entrances. The entrances were creative. So when you want to go to that realm, it's just like, all right, they did put on a show. They just didn't create the moment where we was like, yo. That's why we all sitting here, you know what I mean, with blue balls.
You know what I think also plays yeah. You know what I think also plays a part is how over the top they go with all the PLEs. I think they might have to scale everything else a little back. So now WrestleMania is really like the grandest stage.
Chill.
It don't what?
You're giving out 2.
You right? Yo, holla at me. Yo, WWE, holla at me. But I'm gonna just lay it out there. Because we got a million of them.
Yeah.
They doing a little too much. So now it's like, they don't know where to take it anymore, because every PLE they having like the most outlandish costumes. Like, now to the point where Charlotte and what's the other one? I'm bugging right now.
Yeah.
Charlotte and
they outfits today.
Yeah, they had to come out as butterflies.
Yeah.
because they don't know what to do anymore. Exactly. Once again, they don't know what to do. So now they come out as a butterfly and a moth. So it's just Alexa Bliss, right? And they lost.
Gonna come out as
Yeah.
a butterfly and a morph.
Exactly.
Then
But I'm saying, like that level of like presentation, they do that at every PLE. So now it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything now because we always see that type of shit like that. They might add like a little bit more for WrestleMania, but it's still not enough for us to feel like, okay, this is different from any other year. I mean, from any other PLE. That shit just looks like Crown Jewel. It looks like the Royal Rumble. It looks like SummerSlam when it's really supposed to be
SmackDown. It looks like Raw.
It looks like almost everything else.
Commercials.
Yeah, with just a little extra. That was a question I think didn't you ask like, yo, does WrestleMania always have these commercials like that? There's a lot of commercials, right? A lot of commercials, but it still felt rushed.
Yes,
like it's not even 10 o'clock and we going into the main event. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
It's just part of America today where we're getting less and paying more. It's just
inflation,
greed. It's just everyone, corporations just figure out how to like maximize profits, and maximize profits doesn't necessarily mean the best quality for us, the best product for us, the best storytelling for us. It just means that they're just more about making money, selling the commercial space, selling the seats out, and getting rich and getting paid, and we get less quality. And that's just how it's just been all around. It's just another example of corporate America.
So I'm gonna say this. All right. I believe TKO only purchased the WWE because UFC is in debt. The UFC in debt, and they're trying to squeeze every dollar from WWE to get off that debt. I don't think that they care about the product, because if they cared about the product, they would know that the product is about to go to shits. So that money is not going to be a money. If you keep on doing what you're doing and displaying what you're displaying, people are not going to pay for that shit no more, bro.
Yeah.
People are going to move on.
Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
They don't care if we move on, like people who actually like the product that it was. They care about the people who's going to pay to continue the experience. And the people who's going to pay $1,000 to be there for WrestleMania.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
And that's what they want, because they get the
Why do they want to pay to have that experience? Who makes WWE? It's the fandom. It's the fans, bro.
They're changing
they're changing it.
Even if you change
the fans are not going to be the same like the WWE. Like,
so it's gonna become a circus show where people just stands in the stands and just at the end of every match.
So that's what they're saying now.
That's how it is.
Was it Tommy Dreamer? Or no, was it Kenny Omega? Somebody said by the way that they're moving in a couple of years, the main event for fucking WrestleMania is gonna be Pat McAfee versus Logan Paul. Like, that's how it's looking. Like to his point, they pricing out the real fans, the casuals who have money are gonna eventually just be the ones who come in and buy the tickets and be at these shows because of the celebrity, the fandom, the streamers and all that shit, instead of the real like wrestlers and storylines. And then it's just gonna water down the product.
So
it's bad, man. It's nasty work.
So my thing with that, like, I don't believe that's gonna happen, because I feel like if people complain enough, and like I said, you can price out your fans. But when you got people, the word of mouth, it just being negative, and you got people constantly shitting on the product, I don't care who you are. Business people do not like that.
Right.
At the end of the day, if I'm an executive and I'm the CEO, and I don't give a fuck if I got a whole bunch of new fans and these niggas is paying top dollars, if I go check the temperature of how people are feeling about my business, and people are always constantly talking shit about my business, that is going to be a problem, because the people that are paying, them niggas are not fans like that. They're not going to champion the way we do. They're not gonna buy the belts or make their kids grow up and be WWE fans like that.
Right.
They're gonna lose that to where it's just like you're gonna miss out on generations. They're gonna be a disconnect. I didn't start watching wrestling again till WrestleMania 40. And then I've been hooked catching up, and I'm like, oh shit, they had a lot of shit going on that I probably wouldn't watch, but I probably would have tuned in if I was still a fan. I stopped being a fan after the Attitude Era. So the same thing can happen right now. People will stop being fans, and they're gonna have to no choice but to start ushering new people in to get that fandom back. I don't care about your new fans. I don't care about those people that's paying those prices.
No.
So WWE need that household fan. They need you. They need your wife. They need you bringing your son. And even if y'all gotta go sit in the bleachers, they need that, because you'll have all these front rows packed. But you think I'm gonna pay, even if it's $500-$600 just to go to a WWE event? The family's not gonna do that, and they're gonna need that. So I don't want us to sit here and make it seem like, like we're gonna price out the fans and they're not gonna have a voice. No, our voice is still powerful. That TKO can listen. They will listen if we really start complaining enough. But at the end of the day, I think the blame should not always be on Triple H. I think people have been putting the blame on Triple H for a while now. Triple H is only creative. When you got the top execs, like when The Rock came in and The Rock was trying to do Roman, and then what happened? When Rock tried to do Roman, they did not want to mess up that WrestleMania. And this is when TKO came in, just walked in. And I feel like because of that, what happened at WrestleMania 40, that's what made them start taking over control and making them put all these celebrities and stuff. Because Rock was supposed to fight Cody. The fans said no.
Yeah.
I mean, no, The Rock was supposed to fight Roman.
Rock was supposed to fight Roman.
Yo,
Yes.
Rock was supposed to fight.
Yeah, Roman.
He was
supposed to fight Roman.
No, it was supposed to be Cody and Roman, and then they try to switch it to The Rock and Roman. And that's what fandom got.
But let me speak on that fandom though. And then that reaction to your point, the people, there was an uproar and they had to make that change. And they did that because the people cared that much about it. Now, I don't know if the people care that much about Cody and Randy, especially like after tonight, seeing this. Some people could just check out. Like around that time with Cody, people were like really invested. Those household like families and the diehard fans, they were really invested in the product. Over the last couple of months, I'm having conversations with people. I'm seeing where it is online, and a lot of people are slowly making those switches. So it's like emotionally, they not even there now. Like a lot of people are checking out. It's one thing if they're like really invested and they don't like the product. All right, they go online and tweet about it and see what it is. But I think once people start checking out and those true fans start moving on, but then TKO is still having people buy these tickets and all that shit, it's gonna be hard to pivot, because they said, they had John Cena come out and be like, yo, 50,000 people, but most of the people in there are not diehard fans. So there could be a problem. They could possibly have a problem because they're getting gassed up by these casuals just coming in and buying the event because this is the new event.
They're not gonna have the problem. Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Because this is what's going on is they're changing who the fans are and who would pay for events.
Yeah.
And they want like casual fans who are going for the experience. It's all about the experience, and who'll spend that money and they'll still make profit. So the model is changing. The model is not for the fans that grew up watching the WWE. It's changing to a different product. And I think people just need to recognize that's what it is. Like, that's what it is. Like, they're changing the product. They're changing who they're going after. Like, of course, people are going to watch it, and there might be problems later on because WWE always was based on a family business. So a family model, like family will go to WrestleMania, generations will come up watching WrestleManias, and they kind of pass it forward, like, to the next generation. What you have right now are people like, it's not about generational or family. It's more about who could pay to get the tickets. And to your point, that may be an issue down the line, because you're not going to have I think the WWE is kind of nostalgic, and a lot of people kind of pass that on. And if you don't have this nostalgia, then who's going to watch it 20 years from now? then you kind of lose the brand, you lose WWE, and so that's how they're being short-sighted.
So
you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they're not like thinking of traditionally what the wrestling fan that would kept the business, everything going for this long.
It was passed down from generation to generation.
That's how it is.
No.
Now, if you're going, this is a whole different model, a corporate model,
No.
and the corporate model may be successful for short term.
No.
I don't see it being successful for the long term unless they recognize that they have to like incorporate traditional fans and make people be able to be part of the growth and the product and pay for it and have a corporate model. But if you can't just be all corporate right now, it's just greedy. It's just all corporate. You're not thinking about the casual fan.
So,
but yeah, what you saying, Easy?
So I feel like the TKO is listening, and the reason why I do feel like TKO is listening, and I just thought about that shit just now while Kurt was talking. Yo, look how tonight ended. Nigga, Pat McAfee got RKO'd by Randy Orton. Randy Orton didn't need Pat McAfee. He clearly said, "Get up out of here." And if he would have did that from the beginning, like that lets me know it's just like they're gonna put distance between Pat and Randy, because now it's just like they see that didn't work. That didn't really do nothing for them being next to each other. So you gotta remove Pat. So Pat's out of here. And now Randy's gonna probably feud with Cody up until SummerSlam. That's what I think. Because I feel like now they're gonna properly try to do it. Like let the feud start at WrestleMania. And that's why it was real bloody, real messy. You get what I'm saying? And he got Pat McAfee up out of here. And now we could start the real feud that we really was supposed to have between Randy and Cody. That's what I think.
Yeah, it came off like Damage Control. Mm-hmm. Like they heard that the people were in an uproar about it and want to fix it. But it's just, it wasn't, that ending is not a WrestleMania ending.
Nah.
That ending is like Backlash,
yeah,
like a in your house,
yeah.
like in the middle of August, no, in the beginning of August or in the middle of September, like some random night. That shit was like a SmackDown night. That shit came off like a SmackDown ending for him. Like all of a sudden now you, because he dropped the crumb last night. He did say, I don't need Pat McAfee. So I guess that was the crumb to like connect it to this. He did say that. But at the same time, it's like, yo, TKO, y'all gotta do better, because he should have never been in the equation in the first place. Now y'all think y'all doing y'all big one by throwing him in there. Like, yeah, y'all gonna have the casuals to come in, because wrestling fans, we love Pat McAfee, but we love him as an announcer and as someone to pop in here and there as a match. But for you to be in the main event of WrestleMania, nah, you don't belong there.
That's a fact.
And I know somebody in that circle, somebody around there said that, but because they looked at it more as a cash grab and more based off of his views and his contract and his status on ESPN, was like, nah, this is whoever's watching his show, they probably gonna pile into, them type of people that only look at numbers, that base everything off numbers and based everything off statistics.
Having these ideas that never work out, but
but because they can show his numbers in those meetings, they come off right. Like, yo, he gets 5 million views on his show. I'm just making up a number. He has 5 million views on his show. So even if they add on 2 of those, that adds an extra 2.5 to the show, when it's like maybe a quarter of those people might tap in, because most of those people don't even like wrestling. They're more football guys, so like, yo, the disconnect is crazy, and it's really like it's watering it down. But it all goes back to the sell of the company. Wrestling is the type of thing that needs to be ran by, it has to be less cooks in the kitchen. I always believe that. The same thing happened to WCW. When more people got involved, that was the downfall of it. WWE has always been successful because everything ran through Vince. even like, you know, we talk about Roman's era, we talk about Stone Cold, we talk about John Cena, all of the heydays, it always ran through one person. Now for the first time it's ran by a corporation, it's corporate, and it's getting the most complaints. Like when Vince, let's say years ago, the most complaints we would ever give Vince is like a talent thing. Like there might have been like lack of talent, or yo, you giving us too much of John Cena, or we giving you too much of Roman, or push this guy. That's not the problem now. We probably have more talent than we've ever had.
It's a different product right now.
Yeah, we've probably had. There's so much talent. There's so much people in the company that can main event and give you a 5-star match, right? Like Sami Zayn could give you a 5-star match. Roman could give you a 5-star match. Seth, Gunther, even Dominic, Finn. The list goes on. Damian can give you something. Drew McIntyre could give you something. Kevin Owens can give you something. And I didn't even get to the women. Like there's so like it's way more people that can give you 5-star matches. So there's really no excuse. It's really on the storytelling. And to your point, that's not what the corporate side is really tapped into. And I feel that's a shame on them, because I feel like a lot of this shit writes itself. You know, a lot of this shit writes itself. You know these guys' strong points. You see who they are. You see their mannerisms and what they do, and you see who works well with others. And just listening to the people, you could just go online and you tap into the different circles, the different pods, the different platforms, and just get different ideas and just get an idea of the tap into the tone of the culture, and you could tell they're just out of touch, man. But just to wrap this up, because we don't need this to be too long, I want y'all to give me how do you feel night 2 is gonna end up? Do you feel like this is gonna be in the same vein, or do you feel like they pick things up and night 2 really like picks it up to the next level? What you think, Kurt?
The director.
I mean, I can't really say what I expect from night 2. I'll just say this. I just hope it's better than tonight.
Okay.
Like, that's my main thing. Like,
yeah.
Like, now that you have like that, the Cody, and Cody main event, like they fucked it up already. But
why do you feel Randy should have won?
I don't think it's about Randy winning. I'm just saying, like, once they brought Pat into the whole mix,
okay,
we wasn't really feeling that event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Sunday night 2, I feel like Roman Reigns, I feel like CM Punk, I feel like we really like that main event doesn't have that. Like, it's not tainted by that. It has like a couple of marquee matches.
It's a little more pure, right?
More pure. Like, so it's like they probably just needed to fix that mess. It was always going to be a mess. Once they added that, it was going to be a mess, and they just had to deal with it. And the way they executed it was, they tried, but it was just like, I was just sitting there watching it like, what?
Yo.
It was quiet after that 1, 2, 3. It was quiet in here. No reaction.
I thought this was gonna come out like
something, right?
You gotta do something to clean this up. They did not clean it up. Like,
how we gonna wrap a bow on it?
Like, it was just like, I get the whole Cody getting attacked by Randy and bleeding, and like,
hold on. You know what's crazy? I just thought about that shit.
What?
They had to end night 1 like this.
I get it.
No. Let's ask a real question. Last year, WrestleMania 41 was 41 night 1 better than 41 night 2.
I can't remember.
We talking about last year. What was
It was like,
what was night 1? How did night 1 end?
Night 1 ended with Paul Heyman betraying Roman and CM Punk and joining Seth.
Yeah, you can't even compare this night to that.
Nah.
Yo, night 2 was Cody versus Cena.
Right.
Maybe you save all the surprises for night 2, because last year doing it night 1, you ended night 2, which was supposed to be the main event, a little bit lackluster. So you save your guns for night 2.
Well, actually, I don't know, because I would say, because what we talking last year was what, 40,
41.
41 last year, so that was a big turn. Heyman turning on Seth, and even night 2, like people, it gets a little muddy with the Travis Scott thing, but we talking what, Cena turning heel, right? That was night 2.
No, Cena turned heel before that.
He turned heel. When did he turn heel? He turned heel. Oh, he turned heel at the, was it the run or Elimination Chamber? He turned them. But is Cena winning the title again?
Yeah,
that's when he won the title.
He won it, yeah,
so that's how it ends off. It ends off with Cena breaking the record. Yes. So I feel like they both have 2 eventful endings.
Okay.
They both have 2 eventful endings.
For night 1. Or night 1.
I mean, night 1, Heyman turning, and then night 2, Cena winning.
17.
Those are 2.
I just feel like this WrestleMania.
This one just didn't add up. I don't even compare it. I can't compare it.
Noise, a lot of static, a lot of like grunts leading up to it.
Yeah.
So it just from the jump they had a lot to like show and like kill all the noise.
Yeah.
And they definitely didn't do that with this.
So so night 2. How you feel about night 2? What's gonna happen?
Night 2.
Yeah.
Night
2 got a chance to like. I think night 2 will be. I'm gonna give the floor a 6. I'll give the ceiling an 8.
Okay.
What happened though?
But do you think it's gonna, night 2 is gonna be better than this? Does it save the weekend?
I mean, anything above a 5 that I just gave, like, you feel me? That's why I said I think it'll do the floor 6. It has potential. It has potential to be better than night 1. All the potential
take much to be better than night 1. That's
exactly.
Like,
so that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be better regardless. I think night 2 is gonna be better regardless.
Okay.
The match of the night, tell you the truth, was Seth and Gunther.
Yeah.
Randy and Cody was. Randy and Cody picked up later on in the match.
Yeah.
Like when the blood started coming out, that's when I'm like, all right, this is getting interesting. But besides that, shout out to my girl though. You know
who Liv?
You know my girl. Yeah.
Liv
so
winning the title. Yeah.
So they got her belt back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got her belt back.
Yeah. But I think number 2. Yeah, I think night 2 picks up. That was the night that I was more looking forward to. Well, you all right, man? What's good?
He was allergic to night 1.
You see? Yeah, getting that up out of you, right?
Get that out of me, bro.
Yo, god damn. Nah, it was a huge letdown, bro. It was a huge letdown overall, just to wrap this up. And I think night 2 will definitely pick things up. I'm looking forward into honestly all those matches. Like Cam wasn't lying
about these night 1 niggas.
Yeah, there's a Saturday niggas, and then there's a Sunday niggas. Like from top to bottom, we talking the return of the demon. You like that, right?
I like this, and I like this.
The return of the demon versus Dominic. We talking Roman and CM Punk, Brock and Obafemi. We got that Intercontinental Championship who I believe might steal the night. What's that 5-way or whatever it is. Is a couple matches that's like looking low key fire. The only ones that I feel like might be a little shaky is the Jade and Rhea, because we don't know what we gonna get. You know.
It'll probably be
anything with Rhea is gonna go.
If she was wrestling by herself, respectfully,
Jade not there? You don't think Jade there? You don't think Jade?
Listen, I root for everybody black, right?
Yeah.
But we talking WrestleMania. This is not SmackDown. We talking about a WrestleMania match.
I like that.
A women's championship match at WrestleMania. You gotta show me. You gotta show me.
Especially with the ETG, what's that
with
name?
the EST, she on the shelf. You got Naomi on the shelf, the ETG, right? The TGT, right? With you,
yo, my bad, yo, congratulations to her.
Yeah,
congratulations to her.
But what I was gonna say real quick about the Jade and Rhea, I don't see the chemistry there, and just like the matchup between them two. If it was up to me, I might have did a Charlotte and Jade. I feel like Jade has to be with somebody That's like Rhea's a vet, but she's not like somebody like a Charlotte, like a Becky, like a what's the other one? Who I'm thinking about? She's with Lyra. They was in the match today.
Liv.
The hugger. Nah, the hugger.
Raquel.
No.
No.
We talking about the Four Horsemen. Like I'm talking like Four Horsemen.
Mm.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Bailey. We talking like a Bailey.
Bailey.
Like a seasoned vet who knows how to make their opponent look good and also get themselves over, who can coach them through it, and you know, that can sell, but then also like know the spots and shit like that. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong. But that's just my take on it. But night 2, we'll see what it is, man. You know, not to be long winded.
Yeah.
But once again, that was any last words for the people that's upside down. That's disrespect, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, the last
There
words
you
I
go.
got, man. You know, shout out to the squad, man. Everybody got their belts.
Mm-hmm.
My shit coming soon. The classic
Eagles.
Yo, oh my God, look at that.
You
shit.
already know.
Yeah.
It's the Eagles.
But you know how I'm doing,
the
man.
Eagles.
Tonight I'm repping for the ladies.
Yeah, rep for the ladies, bro.
I'm
Rep for the ladies. Yo, let's do a photo for the cover, man.
Yeah,
let's do
repping for the
let's do a still for the
ladies.
cover. Yeah, there it is. Let me see. Put the belt back up. Put the belt back up. Easy. Oh, you good? Yeah. Yeah. Just look at the can real quick. Yeah. Look for the can real quick. There it is. And we out of here, man. IAP night 1.
You ready?
Just tap in for night 2. You see?
Yeah, repping for the ladies.
There it is.